Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. We're in Ecuador at Mitad Del Mundo, Ecuador's Equator Park, and we're the only tourist around. Okay, so we're again, one of the only tourists in a place that's normally packed with tourists. This is the Ecuador Equator Monument area, and there's all kinds of stores, attractions they built up to put around the monument here. But during this time of COVID, it's the four of us exploring these empty tourist destinations. It was very sad to go through this park knowing that so many livelihoods depend on tourism and people coming to this park, visiting the restaurants, visiting the stores. If you bring the little ones, I got a little park for them to go running through and hopefully wear themselves out for you. The vendors that were here, they wanted to make sure that we knew that they were open. We went to this guy's restaurant. I bought a hat, a few t-shirts. We did our best to support the economy while visiting this tourist park. Okay, here we are, the lone tourist in a tourist destination. It's almost like we're here when the park is closed, but it's open. Shops are open, restaurants are open. We're gonna be going to a restaurant here probably. We are here on the equator. This yellow line right down the middle is latitude, like my hat says, 0, 0, 0. Julie is in the north.
Yep.
I'm the southern hemisphere. Do you feel different, honey?
I do.
You do?
I feel cooler. No, just kidding.
See, now I'm gonna straddle this. So now I am halfway in the north and the south. You come over here and straddle too, honey. Here we are. We are both split right down the middle on the equator. And I could feel the pull of the north and south pole tearing my body in different directions. No, it's pretty cool. Okay, so we are on the equator, a place where an egg is supposed to stand up on its end.
I don't appear to have the talent.
Well, with Julie giving up, of course I had to give this a try. And I tried again and again and again and again. I cut out a lot of video because this was getting boring. Paul was shaking the equator. We figured out that must be the problem. So I tried it again and again. Somebody more talented than us can make this egg stand on this nail. Do they have chairs because it's so difficult? Giving up on the egg was probably one of the best decisions we made all day. So we headed over to the monument, which actually is more than just a monument. There's an inside and there's an observation deck. So there was a lot more to this than just a big statue in the middle of the park. And on our way to the statue, something very surprising happened. We saw two other tourists. So as of today, in this visit, there were at least 6 tourists in this huge park. Now we're hoping that as COVID subsides, the people will come back. The park has just recently reopened after COVID. So we're hoping that as the word gets out, maybe more people will come to this beautiful location. So inside of this monument, there are many, many different displays and educational areas regarding Ecuador. Now, normally we would envision that there's probably long lines standing here to go up the stairs and work their way up to the observation deck. So there's plenty of things for people to look at and educate themselves about Ecuador as they waited in line. So as we went up each flight of stairs, we found that each level had a display that was unique to different regions or parts or history of Ecuador. You had the different face masks from different regions around Ecuador that the indigenous people had made or used for different reasons, maybe ceremonial or religious. On one level, you would see displays about the Amazon and the people there and how they would live. The next level showed a display about the people of the coastal regions of Ecuador. The various regions are very different, and there's a stark contrast from the different cultures within Ecuador. The third level was dedicated to the people of the mountains, or known as the Sierra region. This is the area that we've spent most of our time in Ecuador as we've been exploring. It's a beautiful area, and the people are beautiful here as well. Many people know of this region as being the home where the Incas once ruled. The last region represented on this trek up to the observation deck of the monument is the Galapagos Islands. Most of you have heard of them, of course. There are creatures here that can be found nowhere else. The diversity of the animals and the sea life here is beyond fathom, and it's a World Heritage location, and it's worth visiting. And the final level explains the building and the history of this monument. Okay, here we're at the top of the monument, currently looking towards the east. We're going to come around to look at the northern side. This is the western side of the monument, and something really pretty coming up here on our left. There she is, Julie. And now we're looking at the southern part of the monument, and we're going to come and do full circle all the way around to where we started. By happy surprise, as I had the camera going, we found tourists wandering around the park. Now when you look up from the globe, up at the sky, you'll notice that the sun is slightly to the left. Due to the time of the year, the sun is slightly off center. As the time of the year changes, the sun will move over to the right of the globe. This is September, so as the months change and it becomes winter up north, the sun will move to the southern part of the globe. So, because we're the only, or some of the only tourists here, the lights keep turning off on us. So as we go through with motion detectors, the lights will turn on for us. Normally there's probably lines to come up the monument, but you'll see that light just went on for Julie. Here we go again. Voila. It's interesting being the only tourist at amusement places. Ecuador, being a very Catholic country, has built a church right on the equator with the cross and the crucifix going right down the equator here. Our trip to Mitad Del Mundo was very interesting, and we hope you found it interesting as well. Now, a curious thing about Mitad Del Mundo, it was built before there were GPS, before satellites were in the sky, and the calculations for the latitude 000 were quite close. But the reality is that this monument is a couple hundred yards off from the equator. So we did a little trekking using my iPhone and the compass. We walked down the street till we could find a legitimate 000 latitude. So this was our findings. Okay, so the monument is actually a little bit off. So we took our GPS. This is legitimately the equator right here. So the equator place is a lot of fun, but it is slightly off. They didn't have the right technology, but now using satellites, where this place is, this cement place, is actually on 0000 latitude. The real deal right here. Here's a screenshot of my iPhone compass. You can see it's 000. We enjoyed visiting Mitad Del Mundo, and yeah, it's a little disappointing that it's not really on the 000. It's close enough. We had some good memories here, and I would encourage you to make the visit. Ecuador really is a magical place, and we'd encourage you to take that time and put that on your bucket list to get down here and visit this beautiful, magical country. If you haven't done so yet, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you can join us on our next adventure and be notified when we put a new video up. And as a reminder, Julie and I retired early, and if you'd like to know about our retirement funding process, go to the video description and look at information about one of our income streams and see if it's a fit for you. And again, everybody, we're glad that you joined us on this trip. And until next time, have a great day, everybody.